Hello, everybody. Time for another Monday Night Raw review. March 23rd, 2020. We are back, and we are happier than ever to know that Monday Night Raw will still be airing, even though there's a global pandemic, and most of the guys are not even trying to show up to our biggest show of the year because they don't want to fucking die if somebody accidentally sneezes near them. So, yeah, I can't wait for a great episode of Monday Night Raw. Yeah, for for an early 40s man to make fun of a 50-year-old man, and two recaps of WrestleMania and a Royal Rumble match for some apparent reason because they can't build up time doing vignettes or something to actually promote their fucking biggest show of the year. And uh, bro, Paul Heyman says, "Bitch, Roman Reigns won't be making it to Mania because he doesn't want to fucking die." Recap what happened in the Rumble and how threatening it is. Now he has to face off against Drew McIntyre one-on-one for the WWE Championship of the World. Did McIntyre show up so he can beat the shit out of Lesnar? No, because he doesn't want to die, I guess. And pushes up the narrative that afraid was gonna happen to Drew McIntyre if people think he can beat Brock Lesnar. I didn't care because it's the same shtick every time. Paul Heyman says crap to make Brock Lesnar seem intimidating. We get the same bullshit, and then Mania happens. So I don't care whatever Paul Heyman says. If he's a glorified writer of the goddamn Raw, and he still can't make an entertaining show at all. I just recapped what happened in the Rumble in grandest stage of all time. Brock Lesnar versus Drew McIntyre. Brock Lesnar's going to win, blah, 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 blah. Same thing. AJ Styles came around with the corniest promo, making fun of how the Undertaker looks and shit. Somehow bringing up Michelle McCool's part in this and brought up a video of Michelle McCool and the Undertaker near a fucking tiger in a donation commercial. Some kind of donation ad for wildlife, and it was so retarded. It was such a corny promo just to build up a personal matter so they can give a reason why AJ Styles wants to wrestle the Undertaker for some apparent reason. He could have just said for the prestige of facing the Undertaker and embarrass him some more. Could have been something like that for a match that I know was not going to last for under 5 fucking minutes. So, if you're anticipated to watch the Mania match involving a 50-year-old against a 40-year-old, I oblige you. Don't fucking do it. Don't do it. This is such a forced spread feud, and we know this is just going to last until Mania ends for a fucking 2-day event for forced matches. And somehow they expect me to care about NXT. It scares me. It scares me. Oh God! We also had a vignette involving. We also had a promo involving Angel Garza Andrade tagging, and then later in the show they just promoted the Street Profits will face off against Angel Garza and Andrade for the Raw Tag Team Champions. I didn't even know when the fuck this was established. I don't know when this was registered. Last time we saw Andrade face off against Rey Mysterio in a non-title match, he got pinned, and somehow he gets a tag title opportunity for no damn reason. Every episode counts. That's supposed to be the point of Raw. I didn't give a shit. Why the hell that last week Raw count if they only had one fucking match? And most of the other shit was just random fights, random promos. It was 316 week. We 316 week for no reason other than to Steve Austin show up and nobody else to interact with Becky Lynch with her fake ass. So I was just coming in, uh, going into the show completely, uh, you know, fake optimistic for just Cedric Alexander and Angel and Ricochet with shaved beard and still loose butthole and all to face off against Angel Garza and Andrade in a tag team match. We had two topes. As soon as Cedric Alexander came, he came immediately attacking Garza and Andrade because they were about to attack first. I thought that was pretty okay. Then Ricochet came out of nowhere. There was a double tope on both of them, and ended up with a fake kick into an elbow over Cedric Alexander. And you heard the big because it was literally no one fucking there except the breathing of Tom Phillips. So that was practically it. It was a violent end, even though I thought the Hammerlock DDT was normally the finish of the match. So I didn't know why he didn't do that instead. Angel Garza was just ripping off the pants. It was just the same gay thing with him hitting on Charlie for the second time in a row, awkwardly looking at him while Charlie was like this. So I just didn't care. It was just a weird match. And then the Street Profits later in the match just came up so they can do guest commentary. They're like, yeah, yeah. What? I hate the Street Profits with a passion. I just feel like they're a corny but gifted team that have no other gimmick that they're playing some kind of modern black people, but they're athletic, and that's pretty much their entire gimmick. There's, I don't know the characteristics of both of these guys. These guys are athletic and funny, I guess, if you like corny humor. But even children think this is cringe. That's why a majority of your demographic is still hit by like 30-plus-year-olds. So I don't know why you still hit up to the child demographic when obviously adult is more your shtick. So that's kind of weird, and it just ended up so gay with the Street Profits having their own matchup against I think Adam I forgot who the guy is. Somebody from NXT that they jobbed in a few minutes, and they kept with Montez Ford awkwardly just mocking the wrestler while he kept being in pain by a super kick, uh, some kind of clothesline, and then he ended up like doing the slow knee rub thing until Ford got taken down, then the frog splash, and then that was technically the match for the Street Profits, I guess, getting booked strong because this tag team match was just out of nowhere, just to build up multi-man matches because WWE is incapable of making storytelling since 2009 or 8, whatever time you stopped watching wrestling. So it was Shane Thorne against Brandon Vinks. I don't know where these guys came from. This match was just ran out of nowhere. Then we had Becky Lynch attack Shayna Baszler after a promo involving her being like her reason for biting a woman in the nape is it's a taste of what I can do to Becky Lynch. I'll be taking out and I'm sitting in that mountaintop and I'm going to beat Becky. And then a steel chair came and attacked her. The build up for this feud even makes no sense. The only thing that we know about these guys that I guess they think this is a technical dream match and they want this to main event probably WrestleMania for some apparent reason, and they didn't do this for the Charlotte and Rhea Ripley feud because this was less established. Other than I think they've been trying to tease this rivalry since November of 2019, and now it's just crappy to watch because obviously I think Shayna Baszler is just going to take the title away or something, even though she's not an established part of the roster. I just don't care. I hate Becky Lynch, and I don't think Shayna Baszler is that ready or that interesting to even. All we know is that she's a cage fighter, and that's about it. We don't even know much of the prestige about her because she's an NXT person, like the bottom of the barrel, and she gets a title shot over most of the bitches in the roster because most of them are injured jobbers or just uninteresting to watch. So all of the women's division, other than a few bright spots, but we know they're not getting that push because they already held the belt, or we were just overshadowed. We had Leon Ruff. Leon Ruff. Leon Ruff mocked Aleister Black. Got mocked by Aleister Black after not paying much attention, and then he tried to kick him in the face before he got Black Mass after a couple devastating strikes. And it's like, yeah, get ready to challenge Aleister Black to a fight. Like they always say this crap, like it's always to a fight. Like we know what a fight is. It's a wrestling match. I don't know what you're trying to partake here. I don't get why WWE does this. Like they're trying to find that they can come from friendly to in sports entertainment plus the sports to being an actual legitimate program where you actually produce drama and athletic feats at the same time. It's so corny, and the way you make Aleister Black feel like a gothic fighting figure into like I just come here so I can beat people up and walk away. That's it. There's no storytelling at all at Aleister Black's matches at all. That we forgot he feuded with Buddy Murphy for like 2019 to 2020, so that was gay. Then we had Seth Rollins bringing up Kevin Owens' record that he's a failure. He'll always be a failure. Your track record against the feats I did, and all this crap, and it's like, oh god, I don't even know why they're feuding other than they interrupting each other's matches. They were part of that fist fight match involving the Big Show. I haven't seen Big Show since. I haven't seen Rusev since because of other than the pandemic. These guys like February. These guys weren't doing shit. So now it's late March. These guys haven't been doing shit, and the guy that like intervened in most of the feuds was Kevin Owens. And I know they're trying to make the Monday Night Messiah a big thing, and I just don't care at this moment. I'm not interested. This is a gay feud. I know they're doing this because they don't have much cards for Mania. At least I guess this has been built up since like late 2019. So I guess this is a feud worth watching, even though these guys wrestled multiple times before, especially when Kevin Owens was Universal Champion. So this is just as interesting. This is already the worst build in WrestleMania for the pandemical reasons, and plus WWE can't build shit up. Then we had two recaps. We had, of course, the triple threat match for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship involving Seth Rollins, Brock Lesnar, and John Cena in the triple threat match at Royal Rumble 2015. And we had Asuka against Charlotte for the SmackDown Women's title. The only time the SmackDown Women's title was actually taken seriously back in 2018 of WrestleMania 34. And then our main event was, of course, a promo involving Randy Orton accepting the challenge. I mean, of course, it was a yes, or else it would be a no, and that could have been earlier in the show. But he brought up, like, most of what he did was he wasn't addicted by the spotlight. He's addicted for his ego. He's addicted being Edge. He showed his real name. Like, this is the only good thing of the show. This is the only good thing because it's actually a personal feud dating years ago with like a reason out of nowhere involving these two guys feuding and how personal it gets to RKOing close friends, to RKOing your own wife, Edge coming back from injury, Edge coming back to the Rumble, all this drama shit. And it actually catches my attention because I actually wanted to hear what Randy Orton was going to say. That's two badasses that personally want to beat the shit out of each other. That's a wrestling feud worth Mania. I don't care about Kevin Owens versus Seth Rollins. I literally don't care about Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair. I don't care about Becky Lynch versus Shayna Baszler. Edge and Randy Orton got me wanting to watch the show, and it got me wanting to watch Mania. I don't care about everything else in the show. Everything else is harsh. Everything is either canceled. Nobody's coming up to watch Mania, and the show's a complete joke. And plus, they only had two recaps. They couldn't do a full-on show. If I were you, I would just postpone it because this doesn't tell a fucking story. And they could have just done this early May or something, or late April, where at least the pandemic would die down until then. They could at least do enough to get the wrestlers in there, but not the crowd. Just something. Practically, with Randy Orton accepting all this crap, all this hostility. It was such a good promo, like the last couple promos. And I like this because this actually felt like a feud that actually makes these guys want to beat the shit out of Edge. I want to see Randy Orton get beaten the shit out of. When's the last time you actually seen wrestlers want to do that? And the last man standing match is going to be symbolic for this. I just wish it was more than just random gimmick matches for pay-per-views and weird corny titles for pay-per-views like Stomping Grounds and Great Balls of Fire, and getting rid of old pay-per-views and doing these dumb feuds that came off weird altercations for no damn reason. Like the Monday Night Messiah shit for Kevin Owens, and it makes no sense other than Kevin Owens keeps intervening in Monday Night Messiah's stuff. And Charlotte got a feud with the NXT champion other than just Becky Lynch because she won the Rumble, plus she didn't beat her at Mania. I thought that would be a more compelling storyline to do other than just get these NXT women out the way. Other than imagine NXT versus in Mania, like no one cares. We want to see top stars face off against top stars. That's the point of WrestleMania. This is such a dumb. Oh god, I get my computer coronavirus. It's just dumb. It's a dumb push. They're trying to get all these midgets in there so they can just wrestle a 17-hour snooze fest that doesn't sell anybody the pay-per-view, and yet they make it a 2-day event for no damn reason. Most of these guys don't want to show up in the first place, so why make it a 2-day event? Raw gets a 4 out of 10, and I'm being generous. I thought the matches were at least somewhat watchable. I liked the tag team match involving Cedric Alexander and Ricochet and Angel Garza and Andrade, but there was like only 3 matches in the show, and I didn't care about the squash match with Aleister Black because I know that's not selling up to anything at this point. And practically no one cared about the Street Profits having a random squash match for no damn reason other than to sell the part that they're here. No one's seen the Viking Raiders, and AJ Styles having this crappy promo involving Randy Orton, and somehow Michelle McCool's involved for some apparent reason other than to build a personal matter. And it's not even a more malicious note than how Randy did Edge. This is like a weird thing because AJ Styles has no like particular radar on the Undertaker or no personal gripes other than this is like an indie wrestler facing off against a top star, like the greatest wrestler in the history of wrestling. So it's weird. Even though Undertaker hasn't been a particular threat since WrestleMania 26, or in your case WrestleMania 30, because he still had his unbeaten streak until the end of that night. So whatever burst your bubble, just know I have zero expectations for Mania. Hopefully, you guys don't think the same. I just want to hear different opinions at this point. I need something to at least calm me down from most of this hoopla that's happening over the course of these last couple weeks. That's it coming from the DST show. Like, comment, subscribe if you want more of this. Comment down below. I'll be glad to read the comment.